Hello everybody, my name is Rebecca McGrath and this is my presentation on sexuality when relating to disability issues. So in my content, this is what I'm going to be talking about today. So what is sexuality? What does sexuality look like for people with disabilities? Sex devices, sexual availability, where can people with disabilities get sex education, how people with disabilities are portrayed in the media when it comes to sexuality, and to finish off with my references. So what is sexuality? According to dictionary.com, sexuality, sexual character, possession of the structural and functional traits of sex, recognition of or emphasizes upon sexual matters, involvement in sexual activity, an organism's preparedness for engaging in sexual activity. I did find another quote. So sexuality is often equated with just sex. Actually, it's much broader and also encompasses gender identities and roles, sexual orientation, eroticism, pleasure, intimacy, and reproduction. Sexuality is experienced and expressed in thoughts, fantasies, desires, beliefs, attitudes, values, behaviors, practices, rules, and relationships. It is influenced by psychological, economic, political, social, and biological factors. Sexuality is a natural and healthy aspect of living, and it's a part of who you are. So what does sexuality look like for people with disabilities? People with disabilities think that no one wants to have sex with them, so when someone is kind enough to want to, they themselves shouldn't lay down many conditions. They're ready to go the extra mile, but I don't ask people to compromise. So all of these quotes that I'm about to read are from people's personal stories and articles. So the first one is a woman, and it relates to our classroom with role perceptions on like the role of object of pity, and that's what people feel, is that people are kind enough and they pity them enough to have sex with them, that they shouldn't ask for what they want. They shouldn't say that they want something this way when someone's doing it a different way. Another one is, it's surprising when I realized after my accident that I could still get turned on. Since I don't have any feeling down there, I never noticed that when I'm excited I get this fluttery feeling in my chest. So basically she's always had that feeling, she's never noticed. But she still has a sensation, it's just no longer in her um, vagina. People with disabilities are still able to feel their sexuality, and it's only in certain parts. While the range of sexual options may be different, physical attraction and sexual activity are realistic expectations. No matter the level of completeness of paralysis, sexual pleasure is possible. So sexual success is often measured by whether or not partners achieve orgasm. So basically, even with paralysis and similar levels of function, they can achieve what's described as a normal orgasm as long as something's going on in the pelvic region. So a small body of research suggests that women with SCI can achieve orgasm using a Eros device. It's an FDA-approved device to treat female orgasmic dysfunction. So it increases blood flow and vaginal lubrication and heightens the orgasm response. So some paralyzed men and women with practice and focus are able to experience a phantom orgasm. So basically, they feel something in their chest that they had that was related to the experience previously, and then they're able to feel it, the sensation in their genitals, even though their genitals don't necessarily feel anything. So it's like a ghost orgasm. In some conditions of paralysis, such as multiple sclerosis, cognitive problems can undermine sexuality. So basically, short-term memory loss, concentration loss, short-term attention spans may make people drift off during sexual activities, and that's really disheartening for their partner. So sex devices. So on the left is the list of all the devices. I'm just going to talk about these three. So the first device is FertilCare. So it's a medical vibrator for males, and it's actually to help improve the reproduction, so their ability to have children. There's a Liberator sex furniture. So not only people with disabilities use these, but other people do to spicing up their sex life. But they're ramps, cushions, swings, lifts, and they're very good for people with physical exceptionalities. Then there's the classic fleshlight, which again, people all over the place use. There's classic vibrators and things like that. There's another one down here, which is a great website that I found for sex support. It's called Spokes, and basically they have men's masturbation, sex furniture, women's masturbation, all of the above. In women's masturbation, there was one that I saw that was a really good option for people. It's the one here on the right. It's called a vibrator gripping aid. So basically, it's like a glove that helps you hold your vibrator better. So for people that have gross motor difficulty, it'd be a great tool. back to my presentation. So sexual availability. So some people who have disabilities struggle with accepting who they are and prefer not to put themselves out there, as we learned previously. So Ease Canada is a site for people with disabilities to find sexual surrogates. Another article talks about sexual surrogates. So the thing about sexual surrogates that makes them different than a sex worker is they always work in collaboration with a certified sex therapist. So sex therapists talk one-on-one with patients, and the sex surrogates work with the clients on relaxation, communication, and sensual and sexual touch. There's also a place in downtown Toronto called the Come As You Are Sex Shop, and they go out of their way to help customers with disabilities modify or pick devices that would be good for them. So this is the Come As You Are, and this talks all about how they make sex toys available and accessible, and research before adapting sex toys, all of these kinds of things. So they're very trained there to be able to help you, as well as online. There's a lot of resources as well to help yourself if you don't feel comfortable. Sexual education. So a lot of what you learn can be learned online. There aren't very many in-class options for people with disabilities to learn about sexual education. The first one's a PDF for people who are deaf, blind, and significantly developmentally delayed. There's a website that teaches women with disabilities about their sexuality. I'm going to show you that one because it's the one I keep talking about because I just fell in love with the website. It's called Sexuality and Disability. So they talk about body and all the different things that women need to know about their body, managing your period, discovering your body, sex, being sexual, sex with yourself, sex with others, relationships, all the things to do with relationships, parenting, giving birth, caring for your baby, violence, the sexual violence, workshops, and there's even blogs so people have their own voices. And then lastly is the organization SHORE. So this organization used to be Planned Parenthood, and they're doing a program for called Sexability for people with developmental disabilities, and it's a weekly workshop that's 100% free. So I'm going to show you that website as well, just so you can get a look. So this is SHORE Center. This talks all about their program, and this here is all the topics that aren't even limited to those, but those are all the topics they talk about. And you can contact them at the bottom, as well as online resources if you don't feel comfortable going to a course. So I do have a couple clips from sexual and disability in the media. So the first one is The Good Doctor, and basically he has his first kiss, and then he throws up right after. Born This Way is the one I'm going to show. And then Atypical is another TV show with a boy with high functioning ASD. It's about him creating an online dating profile. And then Speechless is about a young boy and his mom and his brother trying to show him how to act on a date. So they go through the date protocol. So they're not always portrayed in the most positive of ways, and they're almost portrayed as being not silly, but in a way silly when it comes to understanding their sexuality. So this is the video I'm going to show you. Unfortunately, my recording device won't let me play the sound, so I'm just going to have to play the sound off of my phone while you watch it on the computer. So just give me 1 second here. Hello guys, so like I said, I tried to match up the sound with the picture as much as possible. It might be a little off, but here it is. There we go.
My type? Well, I do like the smart girls.
Okay.
But would like someone who doesn't have a disability. So like Emma Watson.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why you don't want the girls without Down syndrome?
How can I put this politely to you? When it comes to girls and dating, I kind of go for the typical.
If you are dating someone without Down syndrome, it means that you hurt somebody's feelings. It's called insulting people.
I'm not insulting anybody. What is this, like a therapy session?
No.
Are you trying to hypnotize me or something?
No. Let's example like Angel and I were strangers, and we went to Special Olympics. Then after that, me and him were gripping a boyfriend, and he's one day proposed.
People with disabilities are like have a different communication than others, and I feel like someone's like professional.
Okay. So, like I said, all these videos are here if you'd like to see them. They're all really good examples. Unfortunately, I just can't show you all of them because I've reached my 10-minute limit. This is my bibliography, and I really hope you guys enjoyed my presentation. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.